Why competitors steal clients you thought were yours. Hi, I'm David White, and over 4 decades, I've watched thousands of business owners lose deals they thought were locked in. You know that sinking feeling when a sure thing client suddenly goes silent, only to discover they signed with your competitor last week? This is the client who spent hours discussing their needs with you, who praised your expertise, who seemed genuinely excited about working together, and then nothing. Radio silence. This isn't about losing clients to better products or lower prices. This is about losing clients you had already won. In my early days at Xerox, going door to door, I learned something that changed everything. The best salespeople weren't necessarily the most talented. They were the most systematic about follow-up. But here's what shocked me. Even after building and selling multiple tech companies, advising everyone from Disney to Sony, I still see brilliant CEOs making the same fatal communication errors that hand their best prospects to competitors. Research shows that 73% of prospects who express serious buying intent will make their final decision within 72 hours of going quiet. During that silence, competitors aren't presenting better solution. They're simply staying present while you assume the deal is done. Let me share what I see happening every single day. Most business owners believe that good products and strong relationships automatically guarantee client loyalty. This assumption kills more deals than aggressive competitors ever could. When I was running my telephone marketing business, generating leads for Lloyds Bank and Ernst & Young, I discovered something disturbing. We'd deliver red-hot prospects to our clients, decision makers who are ready to buy, yet 40% of these sure-thing deals would vanish to competitors within 2 weeks. Not because of price, not because of product or quality, but because of what happened during the follow-up period. Here's a pattern I've documented across thousands of businesses. When prospects express a genuine interest, we naturally assume that interest equals commitment. We relax our communication. We shift focus to new opportunities. We treat verbal enthusiasm as signed contracts. Meanwhile, competitors recognize that interest without systematic nurturing creates the perfect opportunity for client theft. Consider the manufacturing CEO I worked with recently. He spent 3 months developing a custom solution for a major prospect. The prospect's enthusiasm was obvious. They called it exactly what we've been looking for and requested detailed implementation timelines. Confident in the relationship, the CEO shifted attention to other opportunities. 2 weeks later, the prospect signed with a competitor who offered an inferior solution, but maintained daily touchpoints during the decision period. The competitor didn't win through superior product. They won through superior presence during the critical decision window. So the revelation. After 4 decades of watching this pattern destroy otherwise successful businesses, I've identified exactly how competitors steal your clients. It's not during the presentation phase. It's not through aggressive pricing. It happens during 3 specific communication gaps that most business owners don't even realize exist. Gap 1, the response delay window. When prospects reach out with questions or concerns, every hour of delay communicates that they're not your priority. Competitors exploit this window by responding immediately to any prospect communication, creating the impression of superior service before contracts are even signed. Gap 2. The value reminder void. Between initial interest and final decision, prospects encounter numerous distractions and alternative options. Without regular reminders of your unique value, their enthusiasm naturally diminishes. Competitors fill this void by consistently highlighting their advantages, gradually replacing your value proposition with theirs in the prospect's mind. Gap number 3, the decision drift period. Most prospects don't have established timelines for making decisions. They'll take as long as necessary unless someone guides the process systematically. Competitors who provide clear next steps and regular check-ins naturally become the vendor who moves prospects forward. Here's my personal insight. Here's what changed everything for me. When I ran my technical marketing agency, I was losing deals to competitors with inferior technical knowledge. It was infuriating. Then I realized something. These competitors weren't winning because they were better. They were winning because they had systemized their communication during these critical gaps. So I developed what I now call the Network Navigator Framework, a systematic approach to managing every communication touchpoint that prevents competitors from stealing your clients during these vulnerable periods. I found it was a system that applied to all types of businesses, small and large, because it's based on real-life human psychology. The results are immediate. Deal closure typically improved by 45%. Client retention rates jump, often by 35%. But most importantly, I stopped losing sure thing prospects to competitors who are simply more systematic about staying present. The companies that prevent client theft don't necessarily have better products. They have better systems for maintaining presence and guiding decisions during these critical communications gaps. And that's exactly why I've developed 15 specific email systems that close these gaps automatically, ensuring competitors never get the chance to steal clients during your communication lapses. These aren't generic follow-up sequences. They're strategic communication protocols based on the Network Navigator framework that I've refined through decades of real-world testing across multiple industries. If you're tired of watching competitors steal clients you thought were yours, I've documented all 15 systems in a comprehensive training available on my website. Visit the link in the description to discover how these systematic communication protocols transform interest into locked-in commitments that competitors can't touch, regardless of how aggressively they pursue your prospects. Don't let another sure thing slip away to a competitor who's simply more systematic about follow-up than you are.